Hello everyone. Welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Jan Dyer. Hey, tonight we're making another casserole for the possible holiday dinner plate. This is broccoli and rice casserole. We love it. It really is almost a meal in itself, and it is so delicious, and it is super simple. I've already gotten this started because the only thing that takes a time, you do have to bake it in the oven, but you've got to make some rice. Unless you've got leftover rice. I did not have any. 3 cups of rice, whatever kind you like. You know, I know that I should be a fan of brown rice and use it. I just don't like the flavor of it as much as I do. And I've got a long grain rice that I love, and we never have a problem with it. So anyway, I got that ready for us. 3 cups of rice. You also need to cook your broccoli. And I love these steaming bags. 2 bags of broccoli. They're ready to go. And I have it's a half a cup of onion and a half a cup of celery, sauteing in a stick of butter. But this is all the butter we're going to use in the whole casserole. So I've got that ready. What we're going to do now is, you will not believe how simple it is, because it's basically from this point, mixing everything together, putting it in a casserole dish, and in our preheated 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. At that point, I'm going to take it out and top it with some cheese, put it back in. It's delicious. And super simple. Okay, so these onions are nice and softened. I'm going to pour in our 2 bags of steamed broccoli. If you wanted to cook the ones on the stove, whatever you've got, however you want to do it. We really could mix this all in one pot. I just like to kind of do it this way. Keep it separate. I don't want to break up my broccoli until right at the very end. It's going to get broken up when it all gets stirred in. But this just kind of keeps it from getting broken up as much. That's just going to let that broccoli soak a little bit of that butter up. Get that flavor from the celery and the onions. It smells really good. Okay, we're going to let that continue to just stay on the heat just a few more minutes. To our rice, which is already done, we're going to add cream of mushroom soup. You know, you can make cream soup. I have made cream soup before, but it seems like an awful lot of work when Campbell's has got it perfected, and it's delicious. Okay, that's 3 cups of rice. So let me get that kind of stirred around. This actually also calls for cheese whiz, which you could substitute Velveeta cheese if you wanted. But then again, this is already melted. Goes in and makes it really smooth. So I just like to use the cheese whiz. I want to show you this too, because this is the recipe I'm using tonight. So nice and neat and clean, because these are the 2 recipes that I had in my cookbook. Clearly something happened. I hope this is exactly what I needed to do. These were just a little bit different, but I have obviously used them a lot, and it looks like they got wet. So tonight we're going by this new recipe, which is a combination of these 2, because I was going to tell you that we are going to top it with the cheese. We're going to put this cheese whiz in it, and then right before we serve it, we're going to top it with some more and let it melt. This recipe calls for some slivered almonds. I've done that before. Put that on top. That's really good. So this calls for a small jar of cheese whiz, and this is 15 ounces. So I'm going to go a little over half, because I want to say the small one is probably 10 ounces. So we really don't need all of this, I don't think. Let's get this stirred up. We'll look at it. And like I said, this is all going to be mixed together. I've done it before too, when you layer it, and it won't matter one way or the other. But I just think that I like to know that my spoonful is going to have a little bit of everything. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And I truthfully think I'm going to go ahead and use the rest of this Cheese Whiz. You know, my recipe said small, but hey, there may be a big honking one of these. This may be the small one. I was surprised to find it. Cheese Whiz is hard to find around the holidays. I guess a lot of people use it in different recipes. That's just like pumpkin. I've had a hard time finding pumpkin too. So if you find it, get 2. All right, this cheese is all mixed in pretty much. I have 9 by 13 casserole dish that I'm going to put this all in. Let me see how is going to be the best way to mix this, because I don't have enough room in this to mix it, and I really hate to mess up my pan. So let me see what's the best thing to do. We may put broccoli in here, half, mix it up good. Whoops, and then put the other half in. Let me get this out of our way. Broccoli overboard. But see how pretty the broccoli has stayed because we didn't mix it all in. It's going to start breaking up now because it's already done. But this looks wonderful. I think I've done it before too, where I've actually boiled the onions in the same water as the broccoli. You can do it however you want to. And I'm sure you've got lots of different recipes for this because, like I said, these are a little bit different. This one's probably a little bit different than the other two, but broccoli and cheese with soup and cheese, it's going to be good. We are crazy running around here. Should have got just a little bit bigger. But we'll make it work. Have y'all had a good day? It's been a good day here. It's been a beautiful fall day. I say fall, it's really been more like the end of summer. We're in the upper 70s. But I'm not going to complain. For one, it wouldn't do any good. And they say we're going to have the warmest November on record. What are you going to do? All right, this has been greased. I just put a little bit of my cooking spray in it. Spread this out. If you don't like the way it's kind of, you got some rice that needs a little attention, you can always do that once you get it in here. Okay, we're going to cover this with foil. We're going to cook it for 30 minutes. Then I'm going to take the foil off, top it with a little cheddar cheese, and then when you come back, I will take it out of the oven. We will look at it and be in awe because it will look awesome. All right, let me get it in the oven, and I'll see you back here in about 40 minutes. I cannot wait for y'all to see this, and I can't wait for you to taste it. But it looks wonderful. Woo, it's hot in there. Look at that delicious bubbly casserole. And it's filled with broccoli, rice. Looks fabulous. Listen, I know it's kind of a southern thing to have casseroles. I don't remember not having them, but then again, I've lived here my whole life. I know my cousins from the Northeast, you know, they've not had them all their times, but they love them. Once they get addicted to them, they have them all the time. Our son moved to North Carolina. His first year out there, his sweet mother-in-law sent for recipes so she could make some things that he was used to. So it's kind of regional, but it's delicious. I think you'll love it. So let me just go over my recipe real quick. Now, because I have 3, I believe this is the one that everyone will love the most. We started with a half a cup of celery, a half a cup of onion, and a stick of butter. We sauteed all that. I had cooked 3 cups of rice. And just follow the directions on your rice. And like I said, whatever rice you like it's going to work. You know, I've even had people tell me they use leftover rice. That works perfectly too. So 3 cups of rice, however you want to do it, whatever kind you want to use. 16 ounces of broccoli, and because I bought the steam-in bags, I just cooked it in the microwave, and that was the simplest and easiest to do. I needed a small jar of Cheese Whiz and a can of cream of mushroom soup. All we did was, like I said, sauteed those celery and onion. Then we had our rice already ready. Put our broccoli in with our sauteing vegetables. Just let them get good and warmed up and kind of soak up some of that butter. I put in the rice, I put my soup and my cheese just so we could get that really well incorporated. Then all we did was mix it all together, put it in a casserole dish. I covered it with foil and cooked it for 30 minutes at 350. 5 minutes ago, took the foil off, put some cheese on top, stuck it back in, and let that cheese melt down really good. And that's it. See how quickly it came together? It's super simple. I think it's very satisfying. People will love it. It's great the day of. It's great to warm up. It's just a great dish. So I hope you'll try it, and I hope you love it like we do. And it's always a requested dish from my brother. So have a great night. Enjoy your dinner, and I hope you'll try this delicious casserole.